Hello, welcome to LifeTalk for June 28th, 2017. I'm Mark Crutcher.
And I'm Renee Hobbs. Thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Yes. Well, actually, technically, it's still before noon.
Well, yeah, I mean,
a little bit there, Renee.
a little bit, but mid-afternoon.
Right. All right, we've got some interesting things. This is a show we weren't planning on doing today, actually.
No, we weren't, but we were a little bit distracted yesterday.
Yes, we were. For those of you who may have gone to see us yesterday, we were pulled down by Facebook, and no explanation was given.
No.
They never accused us of doing anything improper.
We sent in the proper documents, but that still wasn't good enough, so we had to send in some more documents. But
yeah, it was interesting that they were clearly jerking us around.
Right.
I'm carried on there as Mark Crutcher. They pulled down my page.
Right.
For no reason. Mm-hmm. Other than yesterday, we released for the second day in a row our new video. Mm-hmm. And I think we know that the pro aborts went berserk over that.
Oh, yeah. They're very angry.
They're very angry
right.
with that new video. And,
right.
Well, they should, because we're exposing what they're doing.
Yeah, they reported and flagged us.
Right. And so the interesting thing to me was when we complained, you can't ever talk to anybody at any of these places.
No, you just have to send in a report, an email.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, they required that we provide them proof that we were who we said we were, mm-hmm. that my name was, right. that it was really me that was lodging this complaint. So we sent them a copy of my driver's license. Now, I can get on an airplane with that. I can buy anything. I can buy a gun with that if I want to, right? They wouldn't take it because they have me listed as Mark Crutcher, and my driver's license has my full name, Marcus.
Right. Your profile picture says Mark Crutcher, not Marcus Crutcher.
Now, does anybody on God's green earth think that this is not good enough proof? Like I said, if a cop pulled me over today and he said, "What's your name?" and I said, Mark Crutcher, and he wouldn't say, "Well, your driver's license says Marcus.
Yeah,
I'm going to put you in jail."
Right. I need your date of birth and a utility bill and a bank statement. I need all of that stuff to prove you are who you are.
Right. So they were clearly jerking us around. That's the point that we need to be making. Then all of a sudden, today, it's back on.
It is.
They have offered us no explanation for why they took us down. We didn't do anything that violates the rules of Facebook. They just got some complaints from the pro aborts, and that's who they side with, so down we go.
Yes, they do. They definitely side with them, with even Twitter. I mean, all social media accounts. And Orion, on one of our Facebook pages, we had discussed this, the censorship, and Ryan had made a comment that that this is a business-owned and shareholders private corporation, and they can do what they want to do, and that is very true. And we talked about this earlier. We do stand hostage with social media and what we can and can't say. And
the dangerous thing here is, and you make a good point here, bringing up what this person Ryan said. They can do what they want. This is a private corporation. It's a private entity. And so we can't, we have no recourse to demand that they give us equal treatment because they don't have to. That's just the reality. But on the other hand, we can't allow ourselves to become so dependent upon this that we're enslaved to it, mm-hmm. because they control us. Mm-hmm. And you mentioned Twitter a minute ago. Mm-hmm. Right now, you sent me that thing in my inbox a minute ago about Lila Rose.
Right, live action being censored.
Is being censored by Twitter. Yes. And we fully anticipate this. I mean, when you're in the pro-life movement and you're in a culture of death like we're in.
And they're very much protecting Planned Parenthood and all of this defunding going on with Planned Parenthood. They do not want the pro-lifers coming out and saying anything. Right. They want to keep our mouths shut.
They're basically selling us, sit down and shut up.
Yeah.
That's basically what, and we're not going to sit down and shut up. But what's interesting here is just a couple of days ago, I brought this in, June 23rd, Dallas Morning News article. I assume this got carried around the country because it was an AP article. Mark Zuckerberg, who is the head of Facebook, started it and made trillions of dollars off of it, is saying that Facebook is looking to become more, go beyond just my cute dog pictures and things like that, my cute little cat pictures. They want to be more meaty, I think is the word they use.
And more of a meaningful discussion on Facebook.
Right, and he's saying that that Facebook is looking to nudge you, meaning the public, into more, quote, meaningful groups.
Well, I think what he means by that, because he is a very much on the side of the gay rights, because he has posted pride pictures and your background, pride backgrounds, gay pride backgrounds. So he's very much on that side.
And that's one of the things. And of course, as we know, that community is really hardcore pro-abortion.
Very hardcore pro-abortion.
It's the same group of people. So when he says he's going to, quote, nudge the public into more meaningful groups, unquote, that's very dangerous. Because what he's saying is we're going to become more activist-oriented, but we have an agenda.
Yeah, we're going to censor more and more
of the Christian pro-life,
rights.
Conservative, Republican, whatever. Those people are not going to get an even shake. And so I want to go back to the point that I made earlier. This is an outrage, obviously. We did nothing yesterday to justify them taking down our Facebook page other than we infuriated the pro-aborts.
Right.
That's what we did. We made the pro-aborts angry. And like Lila was talking about in her interview that she did on Fox about her being attacked on Twitter, she said all we did was point out facts, demonstrable, provable facts about Planned Parenthood, and they started censoring it.
Yeah.
So we've got to be very careful in the future here, because we all know that the American news media is firmly entrenched on what I call the Godless Left. And now we're seeing, and I've written about this, and I've talked about this, and I think it's true. We're seeing that things like social media and the internet give us the ability to move beyond the media and say, okay, we'll just circumvent you. You've obviously, cast your lot with these baby killers, and so we don't anticipate getting a even shot from them.
Right.
But we've got to be eternally vigilant here that the same thing doesn't happen to us.
Yeah, we're not going away. We're going to continue to speak the truth, and we're going to continue to try to do what we can to protect the unborn babies.
Right.
They can't stop us, and they're not going to stop us.
They're not going to stop us. We'll just have to look at what ways to circumvent this.
We'll go around them.
And if things keep going like they are, we talked this morning to people in the office here. If things keep going like this, if we keep getting censored, if we keep getting shut down for absolutely no reason, I could understand if we had a show in which we came on here and we incited violence against abortionists, or let's say I could even almost see if we did something very graphic on abortion here, so things that we have here in this office that are pretty horrific. I can see that if we showed some of those, they might come back and say, look, you stepped over a line. They're not even claiming that. They're not telling,
claiming anything.
We didn't do anything, and they're not giving us any excuse or any reason for why they shut us down yesterday.
Right.
But we're exposed to this constantly. Yes. They could do this at any minute, and they're a private entity. You can't sue them for discrimination. Discrimination against pro-lifers is not illegal. Now, if they discriminated against us because of our gender or because of our race or because we were gay, if they discriminated against us for that, then there'd be legal action. But there's no legal action that can be brought because you discriminate against pro-lifers. So what we need to make sure we understand is that we don't put all of our eggs in this basket. If we have to, there is technology out there now that, as I understand it anyway, that would allow us to take our live show that we're doing like right here and put it on our website. Just put it directly onto our website, and then places like Facebook and Twitter and all them would have YouTube would have no recourse against us. Now, we haven't had any problems yet with YouTube.
No, we haven't.
Or Periscope.
Or Twitter.
We haven't yet.
Right.
But if Lila is, then we will. And if we are, then she will, because we're all making the same messages, and it's a message they don't want to hear.
Right.
So we just need to be aware of that, and you need to be aware of what. And I don't want to. I'm not doing this poor, pitiful me thing. Believe me, I'm not doing that. I'm not projecting myself as a victim or Life Dynamics as a victim. But you do need to know the kind of environment that people like Renee and I and Father Frank and Troy Newman and Lila and all the other pro-life people that operate pro-life groups in this country, you do need to know the kind of environment that we have to exist in. And it's not fair, but it's like I raised my daughter telling her when she was young, like all kids, I'm sure your kids did it, when you did something they didn't like. Well, that's not fair.
Right.
Well, fair is a place where they judge pigs.
That's right.
Right.
Yes.
So
right.
Don't worry about what's fair and what's not.
Right.
And so we're not worried about what's fair and what's not.
Yeah.
It's just that I want you people to understand the kind of environment that we're all in. And when you see things like this, and I suspect it's going to get worse. It's going to get much worse over the years, and as I anticipate, just like it did with the media. I don't think that the media in the 1950s was this raging cadre of pro-aborts, pro-death, pro-homosexual people that they are now. Right. But that's what they devolved into, and that's now what I think we're at the embryonic stages, to borrow a phrase, we're at the embryonic stages of that happening with these people that operate these social media sites and with internet sites and so forth. So.
Yeah, and just like Jeffrey and Ed said on here, truth must be told, and that's a fact. Truth must be told. Thank you for sharing that.
That's right, and we put it out there, and we do the best we can to get the message out. And tomorrow we're going to have I think a real uplifting show about where the pro-life movement is and where we're headed and so forth. We've got some stuff that you may not have thought about before, and you and I are going to be talking. We were going to talk about it today,
right? But
we thought this was more important, more timely for right now,
right?
But just understand the environment that we're in. That's all we're asking, and we're not victims. We're not projecting ourselves as victims. But it's just the reality. Anyway, You got anything else?
Nope, nothing else. Send your comments and questions in to us. We would like to address those here on the show.
Right. And if you have a subject you want to see covered, we'd be happy to cover it. Sometimes things jump up like this. We didn't get to cover the subject today that we wanted to, but we thought this was important for you to know. And also, if you went looking for us yesterday and couldn't find us, then now you know why.
Yeah.
For some reason, we were taken down. And my suspicion is that we will never be told the reason that we were taken down, and mainly because they don't have a reason.
They don't know themselves. They just know that
they can't justify
They don't like the message from yesterday. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
thank y'all.
Yes, we're out of time. Until next time, remember, Life Dynamics is not here to put up a good fight. We're here to win, because winning is how this killing will stop. We'll see you next time.
See you tomorrow.